Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Aimee here. Today we are going to continue with my wrap-ups. This is going to be all the books I read in the month of November. We're kind of still staying in the 5-book range for the month of November, although I have 6 books here to talk to you about, but one of those I DNF'd. So let's get into it. We'll start with Taylor Adams' Hairpin Bridge. I DNF'd it. Yep, I don't really even know how far I got in it. I don't think I got very far. My last note says that I'm on chapter 2. And then I just have, I'm done. Describing a deer getting ran over by a Mack truck is my limit. So yeah, I was already not really into the book. Like I have no idea where this was going. It was nothing but just nonstop of, you know, this sister and this cop kind of going back and forth. So we're following Lena and her twin sister Cambry. That's what I have in my notes. Supposedly committed suicide off this bridge. I think this is like considered a suicide bridge of some sort. If I'm remembering correctly, I don't think I wrote that down. Oh no, also named Suicide Bridge. So yeah, I did write that down. I wasn't just thinking it up. And then we have this cop, Ray, that we're following, who, once again, if I'm remembering correctly, because I do say I'm a little confused at some point, he was following Cambry, but I don't remember why. And he followed her to this bridge. And then maybe he ended up finding her car. I'm not sure how he's involved, but I was very suspicious of him. I wasn't really into Lena. I wasn't sure where she was going with her story, because it seemed like she was trying to write a book. I don't know. I just had enough. I couldn't go anymore. I was not interested. I didn't really like Lena's character. Definitely didn't like Ray's character. I didn't really care anymore once we got to the deer getting hit by a Mack truck. I was just like, okay, I'm done. Then I picked up Drowning by TJ Newman. Fantastic. I gave it 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. It was non-stop action, non-stop thrill. I mean, immediately this plane is going down. I mean, you jump right into the storyline. So this is flight number 1421. Flight number 1421. Our Captain Miller is a female captain. There is another captain on board, but we hear mostly from this captain. We also hear from a couple of the passengers in the plane. I started to write them all down, but then it just got to be like too many. This is told from a like 3rd person point of view, so, but we're hearing the points of views from like all these different passengers, as well as crew members or like flight attendants. We have a father and a daughter, which seems to be like our main focus characters. We're following them. We also have a young girl who's actually flying alone. But yeah, I couldn't put it down. This was more of like a suspense, I guess, thriller. You know, there's no like mystery aspect to it. There's no like evil person, you know, or whatnot. This is more just suspense. Like, this plane goes down right into the Pacific Ocean, and these passengers are locked inside or trapped inside this plane. It was, yeah, like all I could do was like picture myself being in this situation, and I was getting anxiety. But it was good anxiety. It was really good. I really enjoyed the story. Like I said, non-stop action. Like, were they gonna get rescued? What rescue team was gonna make it down there? How are they gonna get them out of this plane? Oh yeah, it was intense. It was intense. I really enjoyed it. 5 stars. I did listen to it on audio, and the narration was phenomenal. I also started the Alabaster Penitentiary series by Nyla Kay. The first book is Distorted. loved it. I am like in, y'all. I am in Alabaster Pen. Like, I am ready for this ride. I've already started the second book, which is called Joyless. Absolutely loving this series. Nyla K has like just recently become like my go-to author. That's all I want to read right now is Nyla K. So of course, Alabaster Penitentiary is this like kind of secluded prison. It's not very well known. It's basically where all the sociopaths and serial killers kind of go to live out their lives, and basically the government kind of acts like they don't exist. Basically, they are dead to them once they go to Alabaster Penitentiary. There's no phone calls. There's no lawyers. There's no court. Nothing. You are sent to this penitentiary, and you are there to live out your days or rot, whatever comes first. And this place is not a good place. It's underfunded. The food is disgusting. And you can only imagine what this place would be like if it was dominantly all men. Kind of scary in a way. I called it a psychological romance drama because there is some mystery to this story. Okay, so I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. I loved it so much. Can you tell how much I love a book when I talk about it? So we have Dashka Revnikov. Hope I'm saying that right. He is a Russian bank robber. He's in like his maybe mid-20s. He was taught the family business by his father. Long story short, he was caught and sent to the penitentiary. But why is he there? All he is a bank robber. These men that are in this prison are, like I said, like serial killers, sociopaths, like people that have done really, really bad things. Dash is just a bank robber. So he's like, has no clue why he's there, but he's trying to just make do of it. He's just trying to make sure he doesn't get on the guard's bad side. Bad things could happen, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to spoil this book. Nyla K does say in like the synopsis, like not to spoil this for anyone, so I definitely don't want to spoil it. But this is Dash and Kemper's story. Kemper is one of the guards there at Alabaster. Their relationship in the beginning is very toxic and very unhealthy type of relationship. So just go into this book with an open mind and just read with caution. Nyla K is she's gonna make it a smooth ride for you, but definitely go check out her warnings, just in case this book isn't for you. There's a lot of triggers that could possibly make this book not your type of book. I also thought the same thing, but I went into it, like she says, with an open mind, and just the way that she wrote out the story, like I was all in. I was shipping Dashka and Kemper the entire time. But there's so much more to their story, so much more to Dash, so much more to Kemper. Like I said, there's sort of like a mysterious side to this book, like a little bit of a twisty, turny kind of plot. Yeah, I don't know. I highly recommend it if you can handle it. Next, Just Another Missing Person by Gillian McAllister. This was actually really good. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I went into this book thinking that I was not gonna like it, but I really did. It's definitely kind of just okay in the beginning, but there are different point of views that really kept me engaged into the story. Like I was really invested in like these people and how they were connected with the story. So we have Julia Day, who is our investigator. Okay, first of all, Olivia Johnson goes missing. 22-year-old, last seen walking down a like dead-end alley and she never comes out. No body was ever found. Julia is on her case. We also follow Louis, which is Olivia's father, as well as Emma, who is the mother to Matthew James. So we follow his mother. Matthew's a little bit of a complicated character, but we follow his mother as she tries to figure out what could possibly be going on with Matthew. Julia also has her own story to tell. She has a little bit of a past. She's guarding a secret very close to her heart, and that secret is sort of jeopardized pretty much right in the beginning of the case. Yeah, it ended up to be very interesting. It took me a little while to kind of really like get into it, like just having the different point of views from these different characters really kept me engaged in the story as to like how they were all linked to the story. But once we get to like the middle of the book, things start to happen. There's a lot of twists, a lot of turns. It may make you dizzy. Pay very close attention. Just pay very close attention to what is going on, what's happening, what's what, because it's a little crazy. It gets a little crazy at the end. Also listened to this on audio, and there was like a cast of characters, which I always love. The audio was very good. This book, y'all, 5 stars. None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. Wow, what a good story. Like, we get it all. In my opinion, this was just like the best thing ever. We get a podcast in a book. We get a documentary in a book. Very entertaining. I do think it was very much kind of like a clean cut thriller. Very easy to read, but so entertaining and so interesting. And like I said, you know how much I love a podcast and a book. Add to that podcast along with a documentary. So that's kind of how the book starts us off, is we are following a documentary of the podcast called Birthday Twins by Alex Summers. So we're following the documentary, and then we're following sort of Alex as she interviews this other woman named Josie Fair. Her and Josie Fair run into each other at a local pub restaurant on their birthday. They both are celebrating their birthday. Their birthdays are on the same day, and they are both turning 45. Let's just say Josie sort of approaches Alex, and they get to talking, and Josie tells Alex that she thinks she has a good story to tell that would be good for her podcast. So being the podcaster that Alex is, she's like, why not? Let's go ahead. I'll start interviewing you and we'll see where this goes. It's wild. Josie is quite the character. Quite the character. She's seems to be very obsessed with Alex and Alex's life. She wears a lot of denim. Even her curtains are denim in her home. She does have a very interesting story to tell. Very interesting. And the ending was just very shocking. It was very shocking to me anyway. I was very shocked. But like I said, it's very clean cut. It's not twisty and turny and all that. It's just a clean story. Suspenseful towards the end, I guess I would say. More of a suspenseful thriller than just a thriller. More of like drama, suspense, kind of like Drowning. But as the title says, none of this is true. There's definitely 2 stories. Which one do you believe? I know which one I believe. And last, but definitely not least, she started it by, I don't know how to say this name, Sion, or maybe it's Sean Gilbert. Okay, I have mixed feelings about this book because it ended up to actually be really good. I gave it 3 stars because I'll just say, if you are triggered by mean girls and bullying, this may not be the story for you, because I was a little, it really took me a little bit to like continue with it. Like I had a hard time reading some parts because I don't like mean girls. I don't like bullies. I was bullied a little bit in high school, not to this extent, but yeah, it kind of hits you if you've, you know, if you've experienced any type of bullying. So yeah, just want to throw that out there first. Also, sort of unrealistic in my opinion, if you receive a invitation to go to a bachelorette party or a hen party, as they called it, of someone that you did not maybe particularly like in school, all expenses paid, you also are being asked to be this person's bridesmaid. You also have not spoken to this person in years. I would have to think hard on that invitation. That would probably be a big no for me. I would probably, you know, just tear it up and throw it away because that can't be a good situation. It can't be a good situation. So, okay, so we have 4 women here. We have Annabelle, Esther, Chloe, and Tanya. All best friends. Also, or have been best friends since, I want to say high school, but you know, they call it different, something different in the UK, I believe. But I want to say high school. And then we have Poppy. Poppy is, or was at that time in high school, an aspiring artist. Just very excited to, you know, starting a new level of school, ready to get ready for her future. Very positive, very hopeful character. We hear from Poppy through diary entries, basically, and she takes us back to this time, which I really did enjoy. I love a good kind of timeline, and I love like a good kind of book in a book. But we definitely have like Poppy's diary entries. And this goes back to, so we're in 2023, or is it 2022? Poppy's journal is in 2010, and yeah, and we are currently in 2023. So we're hearing from all 4 of our best friends as we go along through the story. So yeah, all 4 of these girls go to this private island because they're like, oh, all expenses paid. Why the heck not? No, not a good idea. So anyway, yeah, you can only imagine where this could possibly go. But I will say that twist at the end was pretty clever. Like, I was like, okay, I'm into this. So yeah, hence my 3-star, and then I kind of bumped it up to a half-star, just like I said, because that twist was really good. I really appreciated that twist in this book. But once again, read with caution. If you are triggered by mean girls or bullying, this may not be the story for you. All right, that is it. All the books I read in the month of November, so 6 total, so a little bit better than 5 from last month, but you know, well, really only just 5 if you count my DNF, but you know, I tried. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. As always, hope you're doing well and having a great start to this holiday season so far. Hugs from me all around, and I'll see y'all very soon in another video. Bye, y'all.